Hi friends, and welcome back to another week around Women's Hoops. This week in women's basketball, we honored some basketball legends. The number 22 is hanging in the rafters at the University of South Carolina and the University of Iowa. A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark had their jerseys retired at their respective schools, and the tribute videos were fire. Speaking of Iowa, Lucy Olson led the Hawkeyes to an upset over number 4 USC. Now, they weren't the only upset of the week. We had Oregon beat number 16 Michigan State. Maryland took a loss to Illinois. And Ole Miss got a solid win over number 21 Vanderbilt. And although they weren't upsets, we saw some really close but fun games between LSU and Oklahoma, South Carolina versus Tennessee, and UNC versus Stanford. Go back and watch those. The National Player of the Year conversation is heating up, and as I've said, it's Lauren Betts or nothing. However, Hannah Hidalgo continues, and I do mean continues, to make a compelling case. We move on from women's college basketball. We have to shout out the University of South Carolina. They have now won 70 straight games at home. And for people who need the context, like in numbers, who need to visualize what that means, South Carolina has not lost a game at home since December 2020. It's February 2025. That's iconic. Iconic. Moving on to the pros. The WNBA free agency has had everyone's head spinning. And they should. They should. We've saw a lot of fun moves. And people going to places we didn't expect. We have Alyssa Thomas in Phoenix, Brittany Griner in Atlanta, Kelsey Plum in LA. The WNBA is going to look very different next season. Very, very different. And I'm excited. You know what I should have started with? Because this was some really big news. Miss BC finally won a game. And unfortunately, it was against my vinyl. The volume was not up. But we also see Napheesa Collier being the best player at Unrivaled. She was the first player to score 100 points in league history, followed by Kayla McBride. I see you, K-Mac. Also, in funny news, and I mean funny, weird, not funny, haha, Angel Reese was ejected. Who gets, I get it. No, I don't actually. I'm not gonna get it. I don't get it. It was silly, and the refs, too many refs have a complex, okay? Because if the girls are not fighting, why are they being thrown out? Exactly. Other off-season basketball news, Athletes Unlimited is upon us. So it's time to lock in, girlies. The captains for the first week have been selected. We have Sydney Colson, the face of the league, Izzy Harrison, Avina Westbrook, and Kirsten Bell, better known as KB. Tune in on February 5th on the ESPN app to catch the first matchup. And that has been another week around Women's Hoops. Tune in next week for more.